I was thinking, and it's just amazing sometimes that there's a propensity of people, and there's an abundant crowd that would rather push a stranger than push their own. I never understood it. I, uh, many years back, was in the car business. I sold Hondas. And when I first started selling cars, everybody rooted for me. You know, all the guys from back in the day, hey man, Steve works up there. Steve works up there. But as I started to have some measure of success, if I sold a young lady a car and I was good in service with her, she had no problem sending me her friends. But as I started to sell more and more cars, I would get hit with situations where my homeboys who saw me at the same dealership that I was at 3 years earlier, and then they would come in and be with other salespeople and they'd give me the lines like, I forgot you worked here. How is it that we'll push everybody instead of pushing their own? I do a good amount of business with a whole lot of people. I'm very loyal. If you take care of me, whatever your good or service is, I stay loyal to you. It's hard for somebody to break in when I've made a routine of doing business with you and you have done business back with me fairly. But it's amazing sometimes that you can support, you can have the same nose, the same chin, the same head as some other folks, and they rather push a stranger than push their own. How can we ever make it up the ladder or the staircase to success if we keep pushing a stranger? I know that that stranger promises that the ice that you bought from your cousin, that his ice is about 5 degrees colder. But how do you take food out of your cousin's children's mouth if he's been taking care of you and being treating you forthright in business, and you go and find a stranger to bless? It's amazing, and I try to figure that thing out. Is it our wanting to be in new circles? Is it our devaluing some relationship? Or are we just that daggum competitive that we'd rather push a stranger and fatten his pockets instead of fatten the pockets of the guy that we went to school with, that we rode the slide with, that we went on the merry-go-round with, that drove us home that time? I had a situation happen many years ago in the car business. Has to be, good grief, almost 35 years back. I took a guy home. He was the cleanup detail guy. He had no way home. I stopped to get gas because I didn't intentionally know that I was going to take him, but no one else is going to leave him. You know, no one else even thought of him to take him home. And they didn't care where he was. Everybody's gone. So I just make the decision to take him home. I'm in my company car, in my demo. And I go into the gas station. And I kind of, I got a decent photographic memory now in my late 50s. It was super sharp then. And I can tell my car was rearranged, and I knew what tape was here and what cassette tape was there and what cassette tape was there, and they're all gone. So I take the guy home. He steals from me, but I still takes the guy home. I take the guy home. Unbelievably, he makes me stop somewhere else, and he goes in and buys some beer. He flips the top of the beer, and there's some type of contest, and he pulls the thing back. And with God as my witness, in the late 80s, this guy wins a Mercedes 190. So the next morning, after he wins, he tells the sales manager about it. Next thing I know, a whole different salesperson that wouldn't take them home the night before had sold them a car, raped them. They gave them a little, uh, uh, they traded him down, put a little cash in his pocket, and paid insurance only for a year. And the salesman's making a 10,000, makes 4,000 in a commission on an employee that he works with every day. Now, I was good enough to take you home. I was good enough to know you stole from me and not say anything about it. But you don't support your own. You find the guy that was a stranger to you that drove by you while you're sitting on the parking lot. It's amazing sometimes how we make these business decisions to support a total stranger instead of supporting our own. There are communities of other colors and other ethnicities where they're lockstep. The money flows in their community. It turns over 10, 11, 20, 30 times before it even goes into another community. And then we wonder why those communities flourish. It's because they rather do business with their own. They have no problem supporting a stranger, but they're first going to support their own. Sometimes in life, you got to wonder, how did we get in this rat race to where we are so concerned with how good a guy or gal is doing that we would take our money and our business to a total stranger who's oblivious to our concern rather than see them prosper by taking it to our own. Hey, let's have a retake on this. I have considerable pause. If you're that guy or you're that girl that always wants to push a stranger and never push your own. Have a good day.